Hey there folks, welcome ye all to another quick vlog of mine. I've just spent the last 2.5 hours playing and recording No Man's Sky NEXT or Next or however they're pronouncing it, I've got no idea. It's NEXT anyway, all one word, and it's the new iteration of No Man's Sky. It is probably double the game that it was when it came out all those years ago, and I bought it for like £10. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago maybe. It was ages ago, and I thought, well, I'll get it at some point because I knew there was more updates coming for it. I knew that this sort of stuff was happening, and that at some point I would give it a proper go. The only time that I ever played it, it was around launch time. I played it for one evening. It was like a couple of hours with my son's copy. And it didn't really grab me at that point at all. So I was quite excited about seeing what they'd done with it and, you know, what improvements they'd made, extra things they'd done. And I have to say that I've been really, really impressed with it. When I played it last night for a couple of hours just to get a feel for it, just to see how it ran. And I loved it. I was totally addicted to it. It was far too late going to my bed. But tonight I started a fresh one so that you guys could see it from the beginning and see what I did. And what took me 2.5 hours last night took me an hour and a half ish tonight. So there's a video rendering as I chat to you now, and I will have it posted up this evening. I just need to wait for it to render, and I'll post it up for you guys to have a look at. It'll be interesting to see if it's something you guys want to see me doing more of. I don't know how interesting it is to watch somebody walk around, you know, mining for minerals and creating stuff and all that sort of thing. It might be that you need to be clever with it. Maybe when I render them, I'll do the certain bits of it in QuickTime and what have you. But it is. I've been really, really impressed with how I took to it last night. To some extent, I didn't take to it quite as sort of. I don't know. I didn't quite cling on to it as much tonight as I did last night. But I think it was because I was doing the same stuff again. Because the opening section is effectively a big tutorial of how to build the stuff you need to. You know, you've got to build pieces of equipment that can combine all your minerals, can make other minerals, can make other items. There's so much to take in. I mean, there's a load in that game. And there was a bit of jitteriness to it tonight as well. But I think, as I've chatted about it in the actual video, I think it might be because I turned boost mode off on the PS4 Pro. The planet I ended up on, the second planet, it seemed very jittery. There was a lot of creatures walking around though, so that's maybe why. And that's been the only sort of downside to playing the game so far. I didn't see that last night at all. I preferred the planet I was on last night. I kind of wish that I'd got that planet tonight, but it's totally random as to where you start, what planet you start on, where you are in the universe and that sort of thing. But yeah, so I just wanted to say hello to you all because, you know, I like to do it on a Friday, people, while I'm settling down with my first flagon of ale, people. Now that I've done the recording, I thought I wasn't going to have a flagon during it, and just in case I messed it all up, because I knew it was going to take ages anyway. I thought I'll get that done first, and then I'll enjoy a flagon of ale. So cheers to you all. I hope you've managed to get through this hottest day of the year in the UK. It has now become outside very dark and windy and nice and cool here in the northwest. So I'm now I've got everything shut now. I had all the doors and windows open when I started playing No Man's Sky earlier. But cheers to you all. Have a sip of this, eh? I have I have already. Excuse my fingers. I have already got another Dark Souls remastered part 9, I think, to post. Well, in fact, it's already uploaded. I just need to publish it for anyone who is interested in seeing the next section of that. But I wanted to post up the No Man's Sky one first because it has been a whole week of Dark Souls remastered. So for people that aren't into Dark Souls, I wanted to put something else up. It's just I've really been enjoying Dark Souls remastered, and I don't know, I've just got a real vibe for Dark Souls at the minute, so I've just got really stuck into it. I've also been trying Dark Souls 2 off camera, which is the first time I've ever tried that out. And I have to say, I really loved it. I've only played the sort of opening sections, haven't fought a boss or anything yet, but I've been really impressed with it. I don't know why it got such a hard time. I think it was the level design that got a hard time because it wasn't as clever with its level design, and it was sort of quick travelling between bonfires and stuff rather than it being more intricate than that. So maybe that's all, but the actual gameplay and the vibe and everything feels like Dark Souls. So I've been really impressed with it. I've actually gone in this sort of off camera. I will do this on camera at some point. I'm not going to play the whole game off camera, but I went with somebody without a shield, which was a first for me. and I actually really enjoyed playing it as a. I can't remember what it was. I think it was warrior. I think it was a class of warrior. She actually looks more like a Highlander, the girl that I've created with the kit that she's got on. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. But I've just had this vibe for Dark Souls stuff at the minute, so that's the only reason I keep throwing it up. I know it's not getting a gazillion views, but I'm just really enjoying it, and I get a lot of feedback from the core people that watch it as well, which is quite nice. Like, I like the interaction with you guys. There's a lot of stuff I post up that gets a lot of views, but no one ever talks to me about it. So Dark Souls is one of those games that people tend to chat to me about, which is really nice. So anyway, No Man's Sky will be up later, and unless somebody really like shouts at me right now to say put Dark Souls on now, then I'm more than happy to. But if not, then I'll post that up tomorrow after No Man's Sky's gone up. It has been an honour and a privilege, as always, chin wagging with you in this quick little vlog of mine, and I shall speak to you all soon. Take it easy, folks. Bye.